Alrighty everyone, welcome back. We are just a couple of days out until Mission Impossible 7 Dead Reckoning Part 1 debuts in theaters, which by the way is going to completely halt the box office returns, and specifically really giving Disney a very big reason to worry about what's happening with Indy 5, the Dial of Destiny. We know that a lot of those, a part of the board, as well as Bob Iger himself, have been heavily worrying about everything related to the Dial of Destiny and its box office return rate. Now guys, so far we're sitting at around 170 million plus worldwide speaking, and that's really not good for an Indiana Jones movie, let alone for a major property such as Indiana Jones. You would expect to do numbers similar, maybe not as great, but similar to that of a Star Wars film. This is Mike Zero. Subscribe if you're new and like this video to see future updates. I'm also on Twitter at Mike01. I thank you all so very much for the great and kind support, and let's get right into the subject. Now, we know that there's a lot of things going on right now between Bob Iger, the board, and the constant shakeup. You guys may or may not know about this, but there is a constant shakeup between Iger and the board, and given that they want to get rid of Iger if 3 projects come to fail. That is, of course, if Marvel's Haunted Mansion and Wish all fail, they want Bob Iger out. They're going to fire him by 2024 of January, and we're going to be getting somebody else. Who exactly is a big mystery and a very big question open on the table for discussion. However, what's really intriguing is exactly how Bob Iger reacted to the supposed quote-unquote Disney boycott and what's going on with Disney right now and Indiana Jones 5. Now, specifically, right now, those at Disney are beginning to go in a phase of panic, as Mission Impossible 7 is about to debut with Indy 5 only garnering 170 million plus worldwide so far. However, Bob Iger recently delivered the following to the entire world in response to the supposed Disney boycott. We here at Disney have noticed an uptick in those that feel our direction with our films, shows, parks, and more need significant improvement, and with our latest film, The Dial of Destiny, it has come to our attention that a large handful of fans of this franchise refuse to attend the film that Mr. Mangold and Spielberg worked so very hard on, as well as Kathleen Kennedy. Though we no longer expect to hit the 1 billion milestone worldwide for our box office statistics, we are now very sure we will hit 800 million for sure, and for those not willing to attend, we deeply advise you to check out this film and judge it for yourself. We also ask for everyone to not take this film too seriously, as not all projects are going to be successes, and just because a film may receive low box office statistics, that doesn't necessarily make it a bad product on our end. Now guys, let me just pause here for one quick second. Now, we know that Bob Iger is really beginning to lose his touch with reality, because he is really trying to upsell Indy 5 to the point where it is so unrealistic. There's no way in the world that this movie's going to get anywhere near 800 million. I mean, let's be honest, there's no way it's going to happen. 800 million, they would have had to at least have maybe 250 or close to 300 million worldwide right now, and they're only sitting at 170 million plus. Last time I checked, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, I think it was 175, give or take. That's really not good, guys, and that just goes to show you how big of a flop this movie really is, because they invested 300 million plus into Indiana Jones 5, The Dial of Destiny. So lucasfilm is really about to lose tons and tons of money, maybe not quite up there with Solo, or maybe right on par with it. But what's interesting about this too is I think a lot of fans are coming to the realization that Bob Iger is beginning to panic. He's beginning to beg people to check out his movies, his Disney parks, the shows that they work on, and we are also beginning to realize that the board really needs to fine-tune themselves. They really don't know how to handle Disney as a business anymore. We definitely have to have some of those guys or girls, women and men, voted out. The board members, I think, are just really incompetent and really allowed Kathleen Kennedy and Bob Iger and others associated with Disney and Lucasfilm to really go way too out of hand. Now, On top of this, alright, what's really interesting about this further is that he goes on to elaborate again, we value our customers, and to that we hope you all check out the Dial of Destiny, as it is on one of our most valued films that we worked on in the last 4 years. We are easily on track for 800 million, and we are ready to make this one of our most successful films for 2023. We have many promotions available, such as through Applebee's on how one can get a ticket. It was important for us to make tickets available and to actually make it cost effective to everyone in these trying times and to those families around the globe. We were grateful of partnering up with Applebee's for this opportunity. Now guys, here's another thing about this, is that what person in their right mind would think that that's more cost effective? Partnering up with Applebee's and giving away tickets, roughly one ticket, I believe if you spend $35 at Applebee's, that would mean that you would have to spend 4, maybe 5, maybe even 6 if you're a large family on Applebee's meals to get this right number of tickets for the Dial of Destiny. It makes absolutely no sense, and it's not cost effective because you're paying for all of that food. So I don't understand how that's cost effective. I really don't. Moving on further, alright, he goes on to conclude, we were grateful about all of that. We are eyeing the Marvels to becoming also one of our great successes later this year for 2023. We appreciate it to you all if you could take the time to value our products. Thank you all again for your time. Now, here's the other thing about this, is that we know that Bob Iger's job is on the line. You can tell just by him of what he's saying here about Indy 5 that he is in a state of panic. He knows that his legacy is going to be completely tarnished once he leaves and or gets fired. It really is a rat race at this point. It's basically a race on whether or not he gets to step down voluntarily in 2024, or if he's going to get fired by the board because of 3 failures. Now, we have the Haunted Mansion, that's going to be the first one for July 28th, I believe it comes out. If that does not succeed, that's a huge telltale that Wish and Marvels are going to flop and or underperform at the box office. And like I said before, that's the board's plan. If all 3 of these major Disney movies fail, they want him out, and they're going to move forward with firing him and replacing him by January of 2024. Alright, and look, we don't expect Bob Chapek to come back. I think that would be absolutely silly, to be honest, but we do expect somebody brand new to take the mantle and to take over Disney once Iger gets out there. So, the other thing that I do want to add here is that there's a lot of things going on right now. I mean, there's a lot of things happening with Tom Cruise and Mission Impossible and how Disney's creating their own spy film series. We talked about this to compete against Tom Cruise, Skydance, and Paramount, and they view them as their top competitors now, believe it or not, because Top Gun Maverick, Mission Impossible 7, and the upcoming Mission Impossible 8 for next year, it's really saving cinema. It's really saving the theaters. And Disney sees that they're not getting that legacy, and they want that legacy. And so that's why you're having these board members scramble around and trying to really kind of fine-tune their plan. But anyways, guys, drop a comment below. Fill me in below in the comments what you all have to say about this. And if you guys did enjoy the content for today, make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel, and I will catch you guys next time.
Night to moon, we hear them moans again. No.